Hey guys, it's Butterrunner here, and I just wanted to preface this video that earlier I had talked about doing sort of like a topical kind of video, and that's basically what this is gonna be. And I hope you enjoy the commentary, which isn't like live. I did it afterwards, and the gameplay as well. Enjoy. Hey guys, today I'm gonna be talking about packs. Not just packs in general, but something like, I guess, trashy packs, because packs I don't like, and as a pack maker, things I don't like in packs, and just all things associated with that, with ugly packs. And I think you get the point. So one of the things as a pack maker that like bothers me about packs is especially when people don't get credit. And I'm sure a lot of pack makers get bothered by that, but it's something just kind of associated with that, and almost everyone knows that. But if you have the chance to give credit, I'd say give credit. And so that's why, for a lot of reasons, I don't like most mashups, because they're not completely custom. But there's nice mashups and not so nice mashups. Um, I I don't know. For me, I don't know if it's the same for all other pack makers, but for me, a general rule is something is custom, but if you need to base it on a pack, that's fine. But the pack has to be like, I don't know. There's a couple you can choose from, but like one of these main packs, you don't base it on something another PvP pack maker has made, and you use the items and make it look like they're your items. Like, so those packs are like, Faithful or Redcraft or Deathscape. Because in general, everyone knows that that texture is from that one texture pack, or you know, everyone knows that texture is from Infinite or Faithful. And that's that. So in general, I try not to base my textures. I don't know how to explain this right, but I try not to base my texture packs off of other people's texture packs, if that makes any sense. So one of the things that makes me really mad though about these, what people back in the day used to call remixes, now they're called mashups. What I really don't like about those kinds of packs is something that really bothers me. I've started doing it just because I guess that's what the community wants, and it's good for PvP and FPS. But the thing is, it's mixed res packs, and that is one of the things that can make a trash pack, in my opinion. Like, I've started getting used to them, but I still really don't like it. Or there needs to be at least some sort of like continuous, I guess, continuous, some sort of basis for your mixing resolutions. So, for example, there's a couple of packs out there that I'm okay with. It's like basically all 16 pixel except for the swords, or maybe all 16 pixel blocks and then all 32 pixel items. I don't really mind that, but it just makes me go insane when I see these new HD mixed res mashups, or even custom packs that have like 256x swords, 128x buckets. That actually doesn't bother me. When you have anything 64x and higher, if you mix them together, it's fine, because I mean, at that point they start to begin to, like, I guess, blend together, because there's so much more, there are so many more pixels. But when I see like someone, especially on a lot of like Dante's packs and other packs like that, you have 128 or 256 or even 512 swords, and like maybe the rods too, and then someone throws in a 16x bow and then a 32x scalpel, and it's just like, it's just trash. And it's something that annoys me in packs. But aside from that, there's other things that annoy me about packs, I guess. Like the war pack, it's an okay pack, but this is something that probably bothers a lot of pack makers too, is when someone like Genie 1 makes basically a trash pack like the war pack. Um, People say it's good for PvP, but whatever. But when someone makes a pack like that, it's kind of annoying, because there are there's like no actually custom things about it. They basically use filters and gradient, and essentially what Genie 1 did in that pack is he like really just kind of put a gradient on the sword, and he made super fat handles, because that's what makes a cool pack. But, props to him for making such a great pack. Um, and I'm okay with some of Dante's packs, basically the ones made by duels. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of mixing resolutions. Especially like 16x with higher resolutions, that really bothers me. But um, it I don't know how to explain this, but like for not Genie One, duels, who makes a lot of Dante's packs, they're pretty good. He does use the 16x blocks from Infinite or other things like that. And although they're mixed res, there's always a lot of cool custom items in them. But I remember, I don't know, a couple months ago when the dynamic duo pack like exploded. Like it was a thing, dude. But really, that pack is honestly trash as well. He picked 3 colors, put them on a 32x sword that's like, smaller than, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like this tiny little skinny sword. And then, because that's really good for PvP. Somehow he figured it looked good, and it doesn't even fit like a style, to be perfectly honest. The rod itself too, like the shading on it is just disgusting. And be, I don't know how to explain this, but with 32 pixel rods, the string should be just like 1 pixel thick. But they had like this massive, it wasn't a string anymore coming off the rod. It was like a rope. They had this massive rope with like a gigantic bobber. Actually, the bobber wasn't that big, but still, it was that kind of annoyed me. And not to mention the size of the rod. It was like, I don't know. It was like, I mean, they should have at least made the swords as big as the rod or something. I don't know. But the rod was like, they made it wide. Him and Rain Dynasty were the ones who made it. The particles were okay, but everyone can do particles. You just have to experiment. But that's another pack I don't like. It's trash, in my opinion. And they did another thing that is kind of annoying. Everybody thought the tools were so great in that pack, when really they just stole them from another pack. And a lot of like the food as well. They stole that from other packs. But everyone's like, oh, okay, so that's the food from Dynamic Duo, or Azurine. Azurine was by Duels, and I think he did a great job on the pack as well. But I mean, looking even closer at like some of the stuff that he made, it kind of irritated me, because like the bow was really a knockoff, because that was a bow that was used in a lot of HT packs for a while. As far as I know. Plus the color of it was like tan. It was just kind of weird, and he couldn't even, like, if you ever have the chance and you just go in the texture pack folder, you click on the bow and you look at it, like, I can tell in game, but there's like the colors got mixed together on the bow or something, and it just looks gross. And when you're gonna make a pack that goes viral like that or something, it's kind of annoying, and you should just maybe like fix it or something, because I mean, it's not like it's that hard really. But moving on to recolors. Recolors are kind of one of the AIDS people who, quote unquote, I make texture packs, when really they just recolor, and they don't really make their own textures. It's essentially stealing. You just recolor, and it's still stealing or whatever. But the only cases I think recoloring is okay is in the cases like Infinite, or when you're doing an edit of a pack, I guess. Essentially what you do is you're making it like the red Infinite, or light green Infinite, or whatever. You're doing that, so essentially the pack is still the same. You don't really change anything like you do in a mashup. You're just recoloring it, and that's basically what happened when people were recoloring Infinite. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. But like when you recolor one thing about the pack and then rename the pack to something else, like if I recolored someone else's pack, like I don't know. I can't think of a good pack right now. Forest Paradox pack, and then he's okay with people recoloring that pack, but he wants credit. And so if I recolored that pack and said it's Runner's custom PvP pack, and then I threw a bunch of other things in there that I hadn't made, which is usually the case, and and then recolored the swords to like purple or something, and said, this is my custom pack, and then released it when really it's not mine. I don't like, that's something that irritates me too about pack makers in general. Using things like hue and saturation or whatever program you use to make use to make a texture pack, hue and saturation should be used like once you make a shape, whatever it is, a golden apple, a sword or something. You make your shape and then you can change the color, whether it be for a different kind of sword, or from red apple to golden apple, like that. It doesn't. That's really what it should be used for. It shouldn't be used to hey, let's grab Huawei's sword and make it orange, and then it can be my fire pack. GG, whatever. It's so stupid. But I'm gonna bring the video to a close. But hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay, which was a Badline UT meetup, and hopefully you enjoyed the commentary as well. It was more of a rant, I guess, than an informational video that I said it would. So let me know down below, in the comments, what would be informational, some sort of topic that you want me to talk about next time, and also let me know what you thought about this kind of video, or just this video in general, and let me know also if you want me to continue doing it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.